people automatically assume, because, a girl like me developed quite early. So people automatically assume that you already doing things you ain't got no business doing,
Right.
what they say, being fast.
Because you
And
had a body.
I was, because I had a,
Right.
because I had a
Mm-hmm.
body. And then if I put up the picture of the body that I had, people would call me plus size back then. I was like, where's the body? Because I
Mm-hmm.
don't see the plus size. But I understand back then, like we look at kids now, we be like, oh, they too big for that age. And then we have to realize that's just how we look.
Right.
That's what we look like at that age. And we got to be okay with that. And teaching a girl how to be okay with her body and not be ashamed
That's
of
right.
it. But my mom did something to me before I turned 15. I was in junior high school. Imagine having a jerry curl. Okay, back then. Oh yeah, girl. She gave me a jerry curl. Let's just talk about it.
Whoa.
And a jerry curl and being chocolate was not where it was at back then, because people would see me, and although I wasn't a pushover, you still had those ones who would try.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at that time, people would tease me, and they gave me the nickname of Porky. And imagine what Porky mean back in the 1980s, 70s, and 90s. That was Porky the Pig. That was a pink pig
Wait a minute.
that you were
So,
comparing me to.
so were you a teen? You were a teenager when this happened,
Oh no, this started since I was a child with my family.
and
My family,
called you Porky?
yeah, my nickname was Porky. When I was younger, it was Porky. It was like, oh, there go Porky. And it was because I was the thickest kid.
Right.
And after a while, when you grow up in that name, you're being identified as Porky the Pig, pretty much. And you think about that, and you live with that for a long time. And had to decide whether or not I was going to let that name defeat me, or I was going to make it what I want it to be. You know what I mean? And it was still hard. You
I
know what I'm saying? It
imagine.
was it was definitely really difficult. So going into being 15 years old, my first child, and my grandfather, God rest his soul, we lost him. But he called me, and he was very disappointed. And he made sure I knew he was disappointed. And he told me that I was going to be barefoot and pregnant and on welfare with multiple children. Oh my God, it's got me tearing up. And he already said to me, basically, your life is over. And at any point, that wasn't something I needed to hear at that time. What I needed was a praying parent at that time. And I
So,
didn't get that.
and I was going to ask you. So you're 15. Were you living with your mom and dad?
I was living with my mom. My father was incarcerated.
Okay. So
Mm.
you're being raised by your a single mom.
Yes, I've been raised by a single mom who were battling with her own issues. Not too long after that, my mom was finding reference in different men in her life, and